A lot of viewers have commented about me using my rice cooker with the scratched Teflon surface on it and being concerned that it's potential for causing cancer. I think people are just relaying the information that they've seen elsewhere posted without fully researching it. But if you research what the danger is actually with Teflon, it isn't with the Teflon flakes, but with Teflon itself when it gets heated. Apparently, it releases a gas that can cause you to have like flu-like symptoms. Now, in birds, it could be fatal, but in humans, it could just make you sick from breathing the fumes and not really from eating the Teflon flakes. So I decided to do a little bit of research to show people and why I still use scratched Teflon surface cookingware, and I'm not too concerned about it. The other thing that I wanted to point out is that pretty much everything nowadays gives you cancer. Plastic, there's also the stuff that gets released from plastic. If you're drinking bottled water, if you're using gasoline in your car, that can cause cancer and all sorts of other issues as well. Just breathing it when you go to fill up, spilling a little bit of it, getting it on your hands, just sitting in your vehicle. That thing is manufactured with so many toxic chemicals. I hope you understand where I'm coming from. You could end up worrying so much about everything that is around you that your health goes down. I do believe it's safe to take precautions when you're fully aware of the dangers, but at the same time, I don't worry too much about things. Riding in a car is dangerous. People get hit all the time in a car. So when you let the media or all these people tell you to be scared of everything, you end up not really living. You end up having a life where you're afraid of everything. So take what I tell you with a grain of salt. Try not to worry so much about little things like this. I think I'm in more danger of being struck by another car than I am of dying from Teflon. I'm aware that eating it probably isn't the best idea, but I'm not too concerned about it. Otherwise, I don't think it'd be out there on cookware. And if it is, and you want to avoid it, then you're probably better off not buying any product with Teflon on it. But no matter what you buy, you're probably going to still be exposed to something. They say now that most of our drinking water has microplastics in it, and have people freaking out about that. I don't worry about that so much. I am in process of trying to catch rainwater to use, and not too concerned. I mean, it's gotten to the point now where people are afraid to drink out of a hose hooked up to their faucet, outside. When I was a kid, we used to drink from that all the time, and that wasn't special hoses where they cost more. It was just regular hoses. I would just let the water run a little bit, and let the water circulate and blow out all the old water that had been sitting in the hose, which would be hot, so that the water would be cool, and I would drink directly from it. I am not too concerned about getting cancer or whatever from it because it's not like I sit there and do that all day long. And truly, I think being afraid and paranoid of everything is probably more detrimental to your own health. Let's take a look at what Google has to say about Teflon. And normally I wouldn't even look this kind of stuff up, but because so many people have expressed a concern and keep telling me I should enjoy my cancer flakes with my food, I thought I would point out the obvious, which is that I think being more concerned about it is probably more detrimental to your health than just living your life and not worrying about little things. But if you want to know about the danger of Teflon, it's not from the flakes, it's from the smoke that is released when you're cooking on it. So you could have a nice clean Teflon coated pan, and when you heat it up, you're poisoning yourself. So if you have Teflon and it's non-scratched, you're not safe. You're probably breathing more fumes because there's more Teflon to heat up. Anyhow, Google says that it's the fumes that cause the risk, and it says don't overheat the pan. When you overheat the pan, it releases the fumes. And basically, They report that ingesting this stuff is not reported to be toxic. Okay, so but they haven't really done a full test on it. Now, if you truly are afraid of this stuff, then you also need to be aware that there's been reports of aluminum causing problems. So if you wrap your food in aluminum foil, then you've got an issue there. If you use plastic bowls and dishes, those are also supposedly toxic. And I'm pretty sure if you use even the stainless steel pots and pans, there's probably toxicity in those items as well. My whole point is you can sit here and always find all these things on the internet and memes and things being passed that basically try to scare you. So my advice really is don't sweat the small stuff. Okay, we're all going to die sooner or later. The point is, do you wish to live your life afraid of everything? Or do you wish to live and not really worry about things unless it is an issue and take the precautions that you can when you're aware of it? But know that if you want to be afraid of stuff like Teflon, your whole life is going to be full of fears because everything you use nowadays, if you're not out there in the woods living on your own, not buying any man-made products, you are exposed to all sorts of toxins. If you're in a house that was manufactured, live in a house that was built, even the wood sometimes is treated with stuff, chemicals and whatnot. And paint has all sorts of fumes. You basically have to run around naked in the woods. And even then, bugs and stuff can still sting you and cause you all sorts of toxic effects because they are poisonous. And just because something is natural doesn't mean it's safe. A lot of poisons are natural. So keep that in mind and understand why I don't seem too concerned with using pots and pans that apparently have had the Teflon coating, scratched off. Not that I like eating Teflon, but I'm not worried about it. I do thank you all for your concern and just wanted to point this out and, give you a little bit of research on your own. You can Google dangers of Teflon. There are going to be sites that say that it's dangerous, other sites that say it doesn't. It's not. Choose what you wish to believe. In the meantime, I hope you're staying safe, taking whatever precautions you can, but not going overboard. Take care, everybody. God bless you all.